Hi everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back. So I decided I just wanted to do a craft with me today, and I haven't made Memorydex cards for quite some time. And with it being the new fall season, I thought I'd give it a try. I'm going to start by cutting. This is just the back card piece. I think it's just the back of this. It had fallen off and I just decided I may as well use it. This is the Thankful Heart fall paper pad from Recollections. I probably picked it up on sale. I thought I would do 3 fall themed Memorydex cards. And I wanted to just show you how simple these can be. So Memorydex cards are 4 inches wide. So I'm going to start by cutting a 4-inch piece right down this here. And they're also 3 3/4 inches high, so 3.75 inches. So I am going to make these 3 3/4 just to keep them in exact measurements of what it says. When you Google them online, this is the exact dimensions. Now I do know that you can make them a little taller. You can't make them wider because none of the collector's boxes are made for wider. But you can go a little bit higher. So I actually found a few years ago a Heidi Swap punch. Memorydex cards were actually designed as a Heidi Swap thing, and she made the original paper punch. I think this is the only punch that you can get like this. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and make sure that I'm punching this on the right side because there's only a 1/4 inch difference, and I've made that mistake before. So I'm going to line these up, put them right between, see the lines? These lines are 4 inches. So I'm going to put this right on those lines, making sure that this is perfect. Then I'm going to punch this, and I'm going to do this for all 3 cards. Now you don't need this punch, and I'm going to tell you how to do it if you don't have it. So I've got mine punched. Now you can use just a 1-hole punch. This is just this is a really old, like ancient 1-hole punch that is so strong, and this has just never quit working for me. It also punches quite a ways in, but you can also just do this with a cheap Dollar Tree punch if you want. I love this one because it is so heavy duty. But what you do, take your 4 inches and see these holes. So you're going to measure 1.5 inches in and make a dot, 1.5 inches in and make a dot, and that's 3 inches, and that's going to mean that your holes are exactly 1 inch apart. And then center your punch right on that dot. Only come up about, the top of this hole is less than 1/2 inch. So come up about 1/4 inch, or just a little over 1/4 inch. Punch on those dots when you make it. So 1.5 inches in, 1.5 inches in, just a little over 1/4 inch high, and then punch on the dots. And then just take your scissors and make a little wee clip. If you do Happy Planner punching, it's very similar to making a punch for any kind of a disc binder system. So you have your holes punched, you're ready to start. So as far as this being a tutorial, that's as far as this is going to go. The rest of this is strictly up to you and how you want to decorate these cards. So I'm going to keep my punch handy. I'm going to go to this paper pad and find something. Oh my gosh, this paper pad is so pretty, guys. Now this is out of something else. This is out of that paper pad. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's pretty too. I love this. Oh, there's this orangey color with this leaf vine pattern. And I might do this one. Is anybody else like me? The hardest part of doing your project is actually getting started. And I kind of like this as well. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut my sizes because it's just easier to do this with my paper trimmer. So 4 inches. I'm going to make this 4 inches by 3 3/4. That'll fit on there nicely. So I have 3 of these cut. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to glue it on. I'm just going to use a glue stick. This is a Scotch permanent glue stick. So I kept this punch out because now I'm going to actually take this and using the holes on the back side so that I can see where they are, I'm going to put this back in and line up. I can see these holes here. I'm going to line those holes up with the holes in my paper punch and give this a second punch. Now this is punched as well, my background piece. Of course, if you don't have this punch, you're just going to use your regular hole punch, line it up, and repunch. And I'm going to set that aside because I don't know if I'll need it again. I might, but I might not. So I'm thinking that I want my corners, my top corners to be rounded. So I'm just going to take this little corner rounder . And now I've got nice rounded corners as well, and I'm ready to start decorating these for fall. I've got all kinds of fall washi tapes. I've got fall leaves. Silk leaves are really pretty to put on these as well. I also have some of these sunflowers that are absolutely gorgeous. You can decorate with a whole bunch of things. I also have these fall, they look like chrysanthemums to me. They're so pretty, so fall flowers. And these are the 3D paper stickers, the layered ones that you get at Dollarama at the dollar store. And I also have these ones, and these are fall leaves as well, but they've got a quilted silk look to them. I also want some words to go on here. And I have these A Year in Stickers planner stickers. But if you go to September and October, so let me see, September, autumn is here, these little clusters of leaves. These are really cute little stickers that you can use. So for instance, fall is in the air, and I might use that sticker because it's just really pretty. But to use this sticker, I would grab just a little piece of cardstock. I would want this to be on something that was more heavily backed. So I will take my art glitter glue, and to make sure it's not going to come off, I'm going to go all around the edge of this. I'm going to stick it on here. I'm going to let that glue dry for just a second. Then I'm going to fussy cut this out so that I can use it. And I might use a few more of these. I love this Autumn is Here. So I'm just going to I'm just grabbing some little scraps from over here. Is that big enough? Of course it is. This is just a little strip. Autumn is here. Oops. And this is why I put glue on, because see how easily that peeled off? If I sent this to somebody and that glue dries, it's just going to come right back off of there. So adding a little bit of extra glue is important. And of course, just hello fall in this gorgeous orange. And I think that is going to do me for a little bit. Look, it was called A Year in Stickers. Of course, there's 3 pages for every month. And I get all kinds of little things like this out of it. And you can find that linked in my Amazon storefront. I'll put a link in the description box, of course. Now I'm going to cut these out. So I have some little bits cut out, and these are now on a little bit. It's just the 12 by 12 inch paper pad. I've just used it as a backing to make them a little bit more stable. I'm also going to grab some of this, and this is what I used to actually make this, because I want something that's really stable, because I want to use some of these girls that are on this washi tape sticker roll from the washi tape shop. This one here in particular, because look at how cute she is with this one here. So I'm going to take it off of here, and just to make sure that I don't lose her if she dries out in the future, I'm just going to take some little dots of glue, because this dries clear, so it shouldn't show through. So just some little dots all over here, because it'll thin out when I press it down. And I'm going to put her on the white background, because that's what makes her show up the best. So I have her. I love this one here as well. I also love this one with the orange dress on. I've got these two. I want to put one girl on each card. So maybe this one right here with the orange dress. I'm just going to grab my little card here so that I can press this down and get that glue smoothed out really well. And this one, I think. I really like her. She's coming from the market. And I'm going to cut these out as well. I've got some things cut out. Just a few things. What else do I have? I have this Gentle Late Maple sticker book that I've also been using. And in here, I'm looking for these. And these are already on white paper. They're not clear, so I don't have to worry about them showing through like the washi tape ones or the little thin stickers, because I'm going to put these right down on here. So I'm going to use one of these stickers as a background. I'm also going to add a little extra safeguard on here. So that I don't lose this. And I'm going to put this just on the background here, especially on this kind of check, this gingham check paper. I think that that will look absolutely lovely there. And then I'm going to put this girl on here because she's walking away from the market. So I'm going to take this vintage photo ink pad here and my little brush. And just by going around this a little wee bit, I'm going to kind of cover the little wee bit of white that I left on here, just to make it blend in a little bit more. I'm also going to go just around here. On there, and I'm going to touch that up, and while I'm at it, I'm going to go around the edge. I don't want the stark white. Maybe a little bit over the whole thing, because I don't want the stark white. I like the fall look, and the fall look is the soft neutral tones. There's no stark white in fall. So this, I want it to be a little bit raised. I'm going to take my paper, just a scrap piece of paper, and my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut a tiny little just a tiny little strip off of here like this, and maybe another tiny little strip off of here like this that I can use. So I've got these little strips, and then I'm just going to make a bunch of littles, just a bunch of littles like this. And then I'm going to take a few of these and glue them together. I don't have any of the little foam pop dots right now. I thought I did, but I looked all over for them. I can't find them. So I'm just going to make something else. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it on the back of this. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to, just gluing on the strip, I'm going to put this just like this. And now she's just raised up a little bit, so she's in the foreground. I love this little sweater weather. Now remember, I've already glued this onto a little piece of cardstock. So I'm going to put this, and it can hang over the top just a little bit. Not much, it's just a hair over the top. Now I want some fall leaves on here. Let me see what's in here. Ooh, that's really pretty. I wonder I really like that. Just having that stick out like that, just a tad, is really pretty. And it adds some of that bright red to this. Or do I want something that is a little more orange like that? I kind of like that. So I'm going to take this and put a little bit of glue just down this edge so that I can slide it under, because that's raised, but I can slide it under just a little bit. A pokey tool to get this underneath there. And then I got to glue this down here a bit until that starts to dry. And it's kind of seeping through this silky material here. So I'm going to grab this little clip and put this on here so that that'll hold that down. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the outside edge of this and put another clip on it to hold it down like that. And let that dry. So I kind of think that I might go back to that one and work on it a little bit after, but let's start with this one. So I'm going to start by going around this. And then I think I want a pocket on the bottom of this. So another piece of paper that has fall on it. I have this. It's from a different paper pad. Nope, that's too white. Oh, I have this. And it has all those fall words on it. So what if I make a pocket out of this? Can I do that? I only want to go up about, so I want to go up about an inch above here. So just about there. I didn't even measure. I'm just going to do a little trim right down here. I'm going to do my 4 inches. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down here so I have a little pocket. Just a nice snug little pocket. And then I'm going to put some glue down this edge and this edge. And I'm going to go right across the top of my holes. And I'm going to put this down like this. Which means I have to cut this again. Line up just there. So I have a little pocket here. I want this little Hello Fall on here. And I'm gonna lift this up. Gosh, I wish I could find those dots. So once again, I need a little lift. I'm gonna glue. And I'm gonna glue this on here. And this on here like that so that it's raised up. I have some of these leaves as well. Now these are from the die cut pieces from Dollarama. I like the color of that one. I like the color of that one. These are pretty big, but I'm going to use them anyway because I'm going to use these two. So I'm going to cut like this so I can stick this down in here. I'm going to take a little bit off right there. So that that kind of sticks up like this. I'm going to put this one behind it like that. And I'm going to glue these in. So I'm going to start with the one that goes in the back. But I love the way that this looks now. So I have this. Now let's go to these little pieces. This little girl right here is so stinking cute. I'm going to put her on the front. I'm going to tack her down on the front. And so I'm going to put her down so that she's on the front. I think I need a little more trimming right here. But yeah, so I craft on a very, very small budget. And the reason that I do this is because I've come across so many people that say, I would love to craft, but I don't have any money to buy all that stuff. well, my advice would be then just don't buy all that stuff. Just buy a few things at a time from the dollar store and see how that goes. So I'm going to put this down here. There, she's not glued to the leaves at the top. She's sitting up, but she's glued down here. So she's attached there. Hello, fall. And I'm going to take these leaves, which are really bright, but I'm going to tone them down. And because they're kind of a richer leaf color, I'm going to put them on the front as well, but right in behind the hello fall. Now these, none of this comes off of here. And I'm going to grab my wipe that I used to clean up my glue and take just a little bit of that color off of that hello fall so that it pops a little bit more, because I think I like it better like that. And get rid of the rest of my glue and my ink off my table. And I think I'm going to set that one aside. I'll come back and see what I think of it later. This should be pretty good right here. So I'm going to take these clips off before they glue down. I like that one. I like that one. So what I hope with this is that I inspire you to do the crafting, even if you don't have all the tools to do it with. You don't have to. You really don't. I mean, I'd never craft if I waited until I could afford a Cricut or, you know, like even a die cut machine. But even those are out of my league. I just don't have that much money to spend. I wonder if I take something like this and something, is that the same? Yes. And something like this. And maybe something like this. So these three leaves are the same cut. But I wonder if I can tone them down. So by adding a little brown to them, I can kind of mute them down and make them look a little more like fall leaves. Now, because this is a more muted color, if I take these, I'm going to grab my tiny attacher and give them one little staple there. I'm going to attach them with my tiny attacher too, because I'm really worried about the glue holding these. So I've got some fall leaves on here. Now let's clean this mess up. Okay, now I chose her for this. I saved her for this because of this little bit of green here, and her jeans being the blue. They're just a little bit cuter, I think. I'm also going to raise her up just a tad. So I'm going to put this so that her arm overlaps the leaf, and then I'm going to hold that down there like that until that stays down. Fall is in the air. So to cover those staples, I'm going to put a nice amount of glue right on the back of this. And I'm going to put fall is in the air, this little cutout, right on top of those. Now I'm going to have to put a little clamp or something on there to hold it down. I might have to just set something on top of that for a minute to hold that down. Here, let's just set that little thing there to hold that down. It's just a little punch that cuts out a maple leaf, but it's so tiny, it's like table scatter. So let's put that on there until that grabs. I like that one the way it is. I'm thinking that this one needs another little bunch of leaves on top of this to layer it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some glue to this side. And I'm just going to put that there, like that. And that should stick down. That should stick down there pretty good because it's pressed under her and it's holding. So let's give that a chance to dry. Then I'll check to make sure that it sticks. And what else am I going to do? I need something over here. And I like this little autumn is here. So I'm going to just enough to tone down the white, not enough to cover it up. I'm not going to add any more color to that. I'm going to put this down, but I'm going to stick it right down. There. Now, I'm going to clean my mess up a little bit and I'll be right back. So I think that I want to put a little bit of liquid pearls on these. And I only have 3 liquid pearls. I have this kind of silver gray pewter color. It doesn't say anywhere on here the color. And I have this like pearl color. And I have this rich gold. So I'm thinking I'm going to use a few of these. Let's see what happens. So let's do just some pearls on here. So I'm going to do 3 of those on there. I want the gold on here. Now, so all you do with pearl drops is just put them straight down and lift them up. And they should drop down into a little pearl shape. So I'm just going to put 3 little ones across under sweater weather. And, oh, I don't know if I want to use any on this one because I've already got this glitter on there. So I don't think I'm going to use any on this one. So I've got 3 little pearl drops there, 3 little pearl drops there. I think that's all I'm going to do to these. On the backs of these, I don't do much. I write my name, that I live in New Brunswick, Canada, and the date that I made the card. And that's all I do. So cute little Memorydex cards that are really simple to make. You don't need expensive tools. These are made with some 12 by 12 inch paper pad, some leaves and die cuts from Dollarama, some stickers. This is a sticker from Temu. These girls are from the Temu sticker book as well, the same sticker book. So I just go to Temu and search sticker books and find all kinds of them. They're always different prices. I throw them in my shopping cart, and then I just wait for the price. The prices fluctuate, and I just wait until they're a reasonable price before I buy them. I haven't paid more than $8 for one, and I've paid as little as $4 for one. So yeah, sometimes you get those little spins too, where you get a percentage off, and I'll use it on a sticker book. I don't buy any large dollar amount items from Temu, usually just some paper crafting supplies, things that are really inexpensive. So yeah, and these little stickers that I backed and cut out from the Year in Stickers, which was an Amazon purchase for a reasonable price as well. So I'll link my Amazon storefront in the description so that you can go there and find my favorite paper crafting supplies, my trimmers, my glue, different things that I like to use. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this, and it inspires you to craft regardless of whether you've got the expensive tools or not. I mean, it's crafting. It's just you putting what looks good to you down on paper, putting it together in such a way that it's pleasing and it makes you happy. So this looks just like a Memorydex card, but if I wanted to send this to somebody now, this would be a great little thing. This is a used gift card, but this would be a great little thing to just shove a gift card in. So you could throw, if you were sending this to a friend, you could throw a $5 Timmy's card or coffee card in here as well. For somebody that you haven't seen for a while, or that you would love to have coffee with and can't because you're too far away. But yeah, that little pocket, you can slip a card in there. And I've done that before as well. So if you like this idea, please give the video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you're watching. Let me know which one's your favorite. Sweater weather, hello fall, or autumn is here. If you haven't subscribed, do that before you leave so you can come back and see what I'm up to next. I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye for now.